This is Bruce Boudreau, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am your host, Canuck Clay Emo, the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. And if you're new, this is what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Wow, what a doozy, you guys. I was at the game. I have so much to talk about. My billboard is now up and live and running, and thank you very much for your great feedback. I'll talk about that in a second as well. But let's get to all of the intro stuff that I like to do. So, in advance, moderators, thank you. We will see how busy you are today, but thank you in advance. I always appreciate your support. Members, thanks to all of you. Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members. I see that many of you are in the chat as well. And most importantly, for all of you watching, no matter where you're watching from, whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston in Richmond, in the city, in the Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. I do not take you for granted. Thank you for waiting for me. I knew it was going to be later. It was going to be tight to make 11 o'clock because of the 7:30 start. And then there's 2 coaches challenges. There's timeouts. There's everything. So I didn't leave the arena till like 10:30. And there's no way that I was going to get back for 11. So I just walked in the door about 5 minutes ago. So thank you to everyone for waiting for me. Again, I do not take you and your support for granted. So while you're here, let's do a few things. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, that will enable you to get going in the chat section. So make sure you subscribe, and then you'll get my daily videos. Like this video. There's 45 of you in here waiting for me. Thank you. There's only 8 likes. So let's like the video. We're not necessarily liking the fact that the Canucks lost tonight, but at least we are all together, and I appreciate you being here. So make sure you like the video. As well, you can do you can do what Lucas did and get on the donation train. Choo choo! Thank you, Lucas. Legendary Lucas Gates. Not sure you were working tonight. I don't think you were, because I think tomorrow's your... actually, I'm not sure. But Lucas, starting us off with a $13.99 donation. Clay, since you're well known, you're attracting bots now. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if... I know you're asking someone. I think Stuart Baker was leaving a bunch of weird messages yesterday, and I think he started to today. So... regardless, thank you very much, Lucas, for jumping on the donation train. Usually you're the one who gets it out of the station, but I see another legend coming through. Just incredible. Choo choo! Those choo choos are getting even louder and louder. $20 donation. Congrats on the new billboard, Clay, the face of the GLCPC, and now the face of positivity by the arena. Thank you. I will get to that in a second. I appreciate all of your wonderful congratulations, and thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Justin. You guys already give so much. I got itchy back, but the fact you're donating still, very grateful to you for sure. Grateful to everyone who leaves donations. So thank you for Lucas and Justin for getting the donation train going. So yes, subscribe, like the video, leave donations like Lucas and Justin have done. Gift memberships or upgrade your membership or become a member. Do all that good stuff too, and make sure that you are commenting. That's the most important thing. Getting active in the chat section. And then if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review as well. As always, I'll go for the first half of the show, usually somewhere between 14, 15, 16, sometimes up to 20 minutes. And then I'll turn it over to all of you. Since we started late, I'm not going to end it early. We'll go for a good 30 to 40 minutes tonight. No games, not necessarily, but I think there's just a lot going on tonight. So as long as you guys are still game, I will be happy to go for a little bit tonight. And Lucas, another donation. Choo choo! $6.99. Thank you. You missed me. Oh, shoot. My fault. I was working the game tonight. We had a busy night. Johnny Canucks is popular. So, Lucas, were you in your usual section? Actually, I did not get to the lower bowl tonight. I stayed in the upper bowl tonight. It was Sean and Fernanda, his girlfriend. They were in the lower bowl. We sold the other 2 tickets to a friend of mine. So those 4 were in the lower. And then Gail and I were in the upper. But Gil and I, before I get to the game, before I get to the billboard, and don't worry, I will. And by the way, a lot of people, I love seeing a lot of people in here. But Nux fan number 29 is a former member, someone I haven't seen in a while. We still text, we still chat. But no, you of course, you have a permanent spot wherever you want to be. Nux fan number 29. Thank you for being here. So yeah, tonight I got to hear, I got to see a lot of cool people. I met some of you, Sebastian. I'm not sure if he's on the stream right now, but I got to meet him after the game, which was cool. I got a bunch of workers at Rogers Arena recognized me, which was nice. We were chatting, and then a bunch of Sean's friends from, they're called CVC. When I was back in UBC 30 years ago, it stood for the Chinese Varsity Club, but I think they still go by CVC, but they don't necessarily go by Chinese Varsity Club anymore, even though most of the members are Chinese, not all. Because you got to honor the roots still. But it was pretty cool. I met 24 of them after the game. I met a bunch of them throughout the game, but after the game, took a group picture with them. It was really nice to meet everyone from the CVC. So I'm not sure if any CVC is here right now, but thank you for making me feel so special. So I got to meet a lot of really cool people tonight. I will get to the game, I promise. Oh, another shout out I want to give to is Channing. I know she doesn't watch my videos, but she deserves some credit. Channing is my amazing ticket rep, and she was also the mastermind behind me getting into the billboard campaign. So, YouTuber 2021, don't do the child train sound. Well, you're just gonna have to plug your ears, YouTuber, because that's the sound I make when I get a donation, and I'm grateful for the donations. So as soon as you see a donation pop up, YouTuber, just do this, and then you won't even hear it. So it's all good. Speaking of all good, I want to show you guys something. Many of you saw it on Twitter, or if we're connected on Instagram or Facebook. The billboard went up, the Pepsi billboard. Now, you guys remind me, I know I told the members in one of our Zoom chats, they were the first ones to know, and that's one of the benefits of membership. You kind of get the inside scoop on a few things. But I know I told the members about this billboard. Remind me in the chat, you guys, did I tell you guys about the billboard as well? And I'm not trying to look exclusive or inclusive. Well, I want to be inclusive, but I'm not trying to make it sound like it was a bigger deal than it is. But I just can't remember if I told you, if I mentioned it in the general chat. I know I told the members in one of our Zoom chats, but I can't remember if I told everyone. No, it's all good, YouTuber. It's all love, brother or sister. It's all good. But it's my way of acknowledging people that do donate. We're fine. But you guys, did I mention it in this chat or not? I don't think so. Okay, that's fair. So I'll show you what it was first, and I will kind of explain what happened here, and then I'll get into the Canucks game. I'll go pretty fast, I promise. So here it is. Here is my tweet, and it says, "Proud to represent Canucks fans in a new Pepsi Canada ad. Check it out the next time you're near Rogers Arena." So this morning, I got an email from my ticket rep Channing, and I'll get back to her in a second. And she sent this picture. So that is the billboard that rises above the Georgia Viaduct. It's between BC Place and it's between Rogers Arena. So if you're coming from downtown heading towards the arena, this is the billboard you see. But you have to look at it next to BC Place, next to the viaduct. So that's it. It says Pepsi and Clay from Richmond, made for Canucks watching. So you may have seen the ads. The TV ad is the family of four on the couch, and then the dad starts doing this funny dance. Which reminds me, you guys were so close to getting the gritty tonight. I even practiced the gritty at work, but I can't just give it away for free. I said if the Canucks had won tonight, I would have done the gritty for you. Although there's not a lot of room here, but I would have done it. But alas, we're gonna have to save it for another time. So there is the ad. You may have seen it on a commercial where the whole theme campaign is Pepsi, made for hockey watching. Well, this one is Pepsi and Clay from Richmond, made for Canucks watching. So that was the picture she sent me in the morning. Then at lunchtime, I went down and I took my own picture. Maybe my camera is not that good, or or it was the angle. But I got you know, when you try to take a picture of a TV and the lines, just the I don't know why. Maybe Jacob can explain it to me, or one of you guys can. But the lines make it so it's not perfectly clear. But it's kind of cool because this shows how big the billboard is in comparison to things like trees. And I know there's a little depth perception here, but work with me, and places like Science World. And then the picture I took tonight, it was not easy to see because it was dark, but yeah, there's me in my jersey with a nice kind of construction cone behind me. And then you can see that's how big it is. It rises over the viaduct, and there's BC Place, there's Rogers Arena, and there is the Pepsi ad. So a couple of things I'll say about this, then we'll talk about the game, then I'll get to all of your questions. And by the way, another donation from Lucas. Choo choo! A donation to the train, the donation train, $5. For reference, for the GLCPC, I only work games on Friday through Monday and Wednesdays. Right, because you work Wednesdays and Fridays, correct? So then you don't want to be working Tuesdays and Thursdays, if that makes sense. Yeah, you don't want to be working Tuesdays and Thursdays because you work Wednesdays and Fridays at your day job. I think that's what it is. Thank you for the donation, Lucas, and for the clarification. So finally, I'll talk really quickly about how this happened. So Pepsi hired a PR company. That PR company then called the Canucks and said, get us a fan that you want representing your brand. So 6 of the ticket reps proposed names, and Channing, my awesome ticket rep, proposed my name. And then they vetted all the fans. I don't know how they did it. If they obviously didn't go by looks, or maybe they did. And then they ended up choosing me. They did a quick interview with me over Zoom. I guess I didn't mess up bad enough. And the next thing I know, they were getting me to send them pictures. So did 3 sets of pictures back and forth, one outside in front of a hockey net, then one in here, but then the logo was the mic was accidentally covering up the logo. And then the one that you see on the billboard, that's in my living room. You guys have seen me actually in front of this wall before for some of my streams, and Jacob helped me take the pictures and edit them. And this is what I ended up sending to the Canucks. I sent them a bunch of pictures. This is the one they ended up choosing, and therefore that is the one that's on the ad. And it'll be up for about a month. People are asking, how much did they pay me? Did they pay me? I won't get into that, but they didn't give me anything monetarily. But they sent me the Canucks sent me the jersey because I did not have a jersey from this season, and then the PR company took care of me as well. And that's all I can really say on here. But it's not like I'll be quitting my job anytime soon or anything like that. But it's wonderful. I love representing the Canucks. I love representing Pepsi, my favorite drink. And as my son Sean gave me the caption for my Instagram story today, is I don't know which one I've spent more money on over the years, whether it's Pepsi or the Canucks, probably a combination of both. And then I got another funny caption that I'll be sending out tomorrow. So thank you guys for letting me share all of that, and let's get into the game right now. And don't worry, I'll just recap the game for about 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'll turn it over to all of you. And I can't believe there's 70 of you in here waiting for me. We're going to go past midnight tonight for sure. And I appreciate all of you. You guys, this was a really entertaining game to go to. Didn't start so well with the national anthem. I'm sure you guys saw it. I'm not sure if that woman was sick or she just got a really low voice. And I don't know if that has anything to do with her messing up a bunch of words, especially in the American national anthem. So not the best start. Then the first period was entertaining. Vegas got a lot of shots. Vancouver didn't get as many shots. Vancouver got all the shots at the start of the game, but they were like really wimpy shots, and they kept firing into Logan Thompson's glove. I don't know if it's because he's opposite hand, so he's catching with his right and not his left, and it messed the Canucks up. I don't know if that was their pre-scout, but it seemed like he was basically catching everything that went his way. And after the first period, it was 17-8 in shots, but no goals on the board. Second period, Kuzmenko starts off the goal. Really great play by Hughes, skating back and forth, keeping the puck in. Nice play to Besser, who comes off the bench. He actually dekes out someone, centers it. Both Kuzmenko and Myers try and put it in. It was Kuzmenko who gets credited for the goal. But then Mark Stone and William Carrier, back-to-back goals, 1 minute apart. The Horvat, Miller, Besser line, because in the second period, Bruce Boudreau put Besser on that line instead of Garland. But it didn't help their defense, that's for sure, because they're on the ice for both of those goals. The deep pairings switch, But Mark Stone scores on a nice deflection. Jack Eichel did all the work. And then right after that, again, Jack Eichel did all the work. And it was William Carrier getting that goal. So 2 goals within a minute. And the Horvat, Miller, Bester line was unfortunately on for both of those goals. Then third period, crazy third period. Horvat scores on that nice little play, that centering pass from Miller. Boom, 2-2. Luke Shen scores when Nicholas Hague bats the puck into his own net, and that was 4 minutes later, 3-2. Then Pettersson scores 40 seconds after that on a nice play, centering pass from Mikheyev. Pettersson puts back his own rebound, 4-2. Then Carrier scores. Carrier plays well against Canucks. His second goal of the game, and that was 40 seconds after. So the Canucks were actually winning 4-2 for a minute, and I thought my prediction was finally going to come true, but no. Carrier scores. All these goals blend into me now. The Riley Smith goal was the one from beside the net that Demko lost the post, and then Vegas scores on a goal that was disallowed because Oliver Ekman-Larsson's clearing attempt hits the cameraman and his camera sticking through that little corner hole, and it knocks the rubber piece off, and it starts rolling around the ice. And Gail even said to me, "Is that a puck?" I said, "Of course not. That's not 2 pucks, but that's something." And it was a good challenge by Boudreau. That goal doesn't count. Demko didn't really look good on that one. That was the one where he kind of fought it off, and then it just fell into the middle. But then Pietrangelo scores just a few minutes after that, silencing the crowd. And then Brock Besser did not have a good defensive effort on there. I want to acknowledge your 2 donations, get to a couple stat things, and then get to all of your questions. Carol, $10 to donation train. Choo choo. Hi, Clay. Congratulations on the billboard. I hope you got some Pepsi. That's my favorite drink too. I don't know if you saw my comment about not being able to do the gritty. Carol, are you saying you can't do the gritty? Maybe you can. I tried to do the gritty at work. It was not the prettiest thing. So maybe it's good that I don't have to do it tonight because it will buy me some time. And Justin, $10 to the donation train. Choo choo. When can they wear the skate jerseys? They look sharp. Fans demand it. Players love it. And they aren't like 1 in 10 of them like in the reverse retro. All aboard the train to bring the skate jerseys back. So, man, so much generosity tonight. Justin, Lucas, Carol. I don't know if it's because of the billboard. I don't know because if we're running late tonight. I don't know if it's because all the legends are in here. And then Hall of Fame member Carol. So thanks to everyone for your generous donations tonight. By the way, Duncan, maybe you can play the highlights and do color commentaries. You summarize the game. Duncan, it's great minds think alike, Duncan, because I was actually thinking about doing that. If I'm going to I don't always recap the goals though, but I could easily just put the 5-minute recap video playing, and then I could just talk over it actually. Play it with no sound. So I don't know if I'm going to get ding copyright though if I play the NHL.com recap and if I talk over it. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if anyone else would know that, but I have a feeling that I would get ding copyright though if I played the highlights even with no sound. That's my guess. But Duncan, great suggestion. I'll keep that in mind for sure. Let me just finish this up. Oh gosh, another donation from Lucas. Choo choo. Gosh, this train's getting full tonight. We sold a lot of reverse retro jerseys tonight. No lie, fans like it, they'll buy it. Yeah, and there's no need to apologize to Justin. Justin was just making a point about the Canucks play better in the black skate. That's a fact, but it's also a fact that you sold a lot of reverse retros. So I think both can be true. I say that a lot. Have you guys noticed that I say that a lot? When I talk about 2 things that might seem to be kind of in opposition, but I do say that both will be true. Both can be true because you guys all make good points. And Duncan, you have to pick the high def version. The 360p version comes out first. No, that's fine. But anyone, would anyone know about the copyright? That's the thing I'm more worried about. All right, let me finish talking about the game, and then I'll get to all of your questions, and I won't rush off tonight. Vegas Golden Knights outshoot the Vancouver Canucks in the first and the third, end up outshooting them 38-29. Both teams only got 1 power play. Both went 0-for. No big deal there. And then you look at the stats themselves. Eichel, he only had 2 points, but he was dominant every time he was on the ice. So noticeable. That Eichel with Stone, such a strong pairing. And of course, Pietrangelo and Theodore holding it down. Pietrangelo 3 points, 1 goal, 2 assists. And Logan Thompson, he's a good young goaltender. He's quite solid, actually. For the Canucks, I want to concentrate on them. Yes, Besser got a point, Miller got a point, and Horvat got a point. But, they were bad. That when Besser joined them, they were bad defensively. So the fact that Miller's a -3 and Horvat's a -2, yet they're on the ice for Horvat's goal, tells me that, does that mean they were on the ice for 4 of the 5 Vegas goals? Maybe. As I'm thinking through the highlights, it seems like it was always Miller, Besser, and Horvat. So yes, they chip in offensively, but I think they're more of a liability defensively. But yeah, no Canuck forward had more than a point. Only Kuzmenko had 1-1. But then you had Besser, Miller, Lazar, Pettersson, Horvat, Mikheyev all getting a point. And on D, Luke Schenn gets his goal. Riley Steelman gets his assist, his first point as a Canuck. And then Quinn Hughes had his 2 assists, which always seems to be the case. But you guys, I really noticed Ethan Bear struggled tonight. I like him, but I think he struggled. He got turned and beat 2 or 3 times. Stillman was brutal. He always is brutal. He always making bad turnovers. And I also thought that Myers, that second Vegas goal, the one they scored 1 minute after the first one, Myers was chasing Eichel around. And of course, Eichel is going to skate circles around Myers. But you might remember, he drew Myers all the way out to the blue line before putting it back towards the net. So not the best showing by our defenseman. And you go to Thatcher Demko. He faced 38 shots. He made 33 saves. Were those goals his fault? The Stone one got deflected. The Carrier one was a scramble. The second Carrier one, I can't remember how that went in. Riley Smith's was from the side. Do you remember the Vegas goal? I mean, Sean's just off camera. Mark Stone's was deflection, right? And then the second goal was Carrier's deflected. Okay, so 2 deflections. Okay, and then 2 goal mouth goals, right? The Carrier one was at the net, and then definitely the Riley Smith one was at the net. I don't know. And then Pietrangelo, he just skated through the middle, and Besser just waved at him. Anyways, the Canucks were not strong defensively, and the Horvat, Sean just yelled, "We suck." And then Horvat, I won't get him on the stream, but I'll get him on later this week. And then Horvat, Besser, and Miller, not great defensively. So let me say 2 more things, and then we will get to your questions. I already know I'm going to go close to an hour tonight, which is fine for you. There's still 72 you in here, and it's going to be midnight. So let me show, one thing I'd like to show recently is just kind of where we're at. So we look at the standings now. Not good, you guys. In the division, we are way down here, only 4 points ahead of Anaheim, and more importantly, in the wild card race, it would have been so nice if we had won tonight somehow, because then we'd be at 17, and then we'd only be 3 points out. But instead, we are only at 15, 5 points out, and our record is bad. It's 6-10-3. 6-10-3. So that's only 15 points in 19 games. And then you go to the stats themselves. Pettersson, with this point, extends his lead, 23 points in 19 games. You have Horvat, 21-19. Look at Hughes, 18-15. So also point per game. You have Miller right on the cusp, 18-19. Besser, 12-13. And Kuzmenko in 15-18. So we have players, and then even Mikheyev 10-16. So there's a chance that we're going to have 7 50-point players on our team, or at least 40 to 45-point players. So that's a bit about our stats. Okay, that's enough. Sorry, guys. I haven't really been looking at the comment section that much because I wanted to get through all of this. But as soon as I do my mid-show sponsor read, then I will turn it over to you, and I'll answer as many questions as I can. So let's do that right now. Shout out to my primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. So grateful for Jason and his support on this channel. Thank you to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform Personal Training Weight Loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link performandtransform.ca/CanuckClay, and Coach Patrick will contact you. Yes, the link that's scrolling across the bottom of your screen right now. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey 9 Brewing, my eternal sponsor and the home of my next meetup, which we are still finalizing. And then, of course, thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the discount code CanuckClay at checkout at vessi.ca and receive $15 off every pair of Vessi shoes that you buy. Once again, my mid-show reminder to you to subscribe, to like the video. We have only 17 likes, but 70 of you in there. Let's get those likes up. And then thank you for the donations tonight. We're doing so well. Appreciate all of you. You can continue to donate, continue to gift memberships, become members, upgrade, and most importantly, leave comments in the comment section. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Don't the Canucks have to go 2-5 just to reach the record they had last season? Yeah, so they have 15 points in 19 games. Basically, they just got to grab, they got to grab 2 more wins. Because last year, after 25 games, they were 8, 15, and 2. That was 18 points. So they really need 3 points in the next 6 games. They should be able to do that. The Canucks D was so weak that it once again 4 more goals. No surprise, Canucks so many roster members with plus or minus minus 1 or worse. Yes, that would make sense because they've given up more goals than they've scored this year. What lineup changes would you like to make the 4 lines in defense for next game? I don't want to see Besser with Horvat and Miller anymore. But maybe you want if Besser is being more effective than Garland, you want to play Besser in the top 6. But then you don't want to split up PD, Kuzmenko, and Mikheyev. So maybe you have to go Horvat, Miller, Besser, and just hope that they play a little bit better. The 4 lines, I don't think were the issue tonight. I thought the 4th line had a good game as well. They had that goal that got called back, and I thought actually Besser, Podkolzin, or Garland, Podkolzin, Dries was quite quiet. So I don't know what you could do there. But if Stadnicka and Pearson aren't ready, then your only option really is Hoglander. On D, get Stillman out, get Burrows or Rathbone in, and then I would play Spencer Martin in the next game. Jamie says we need to keep the lines as is. We've got to stop. Problem is we stop putting new lines. So Jamie is an advocate for building chemistry. Rutherford walked away after the blown lead in the press box. The camera panned on him getting up and turning his back. Trades are coming. He was mad. Yeah, I saw that. And I also heard the guys on Sportsnet saying trades will likely come before a coaching change. Ricky, Canucks would be 13-3-3 right now without the 7 blown leads. That's crazy. To be 13-6, they'd be near the top of the league. I'd rather lose 5-0 in these games rather than have hope and having it all taken away. I don't know. I hear what you're saying, Ricky. I understand you're frustrated, but being in the arena for a 5-0 game would be absolutely painful. No, sorry, Japan 4. No free dancing from me. I'll find a way to get the gritty in, but I won't do it tonight because we have to honor some standards. The standards of I was only going to do it if they won. Do Hogs and Paws need to go to Abbey? Maybe pair them with Klimovich, who isn't doing well down there either. Yeah. Then who do you bring in? Do you put in Lockwood in or something? I don't know. I don't think they're... I hear what you're saying. They're kind of inconsistent, and that's why they keep swapping for each other in the lineup. Yeah, if you can convince me that there would be other players that can do better on the main roster, I'd be open to it. Eli, no problem. We'll have to make that happen next time. Who do you think the MVP would be from tonight? I personally vote for Shen or Lazar for the pure grind and willpower. I thought Shen was good. A warrior taking that puck off the head. I thought Lazar was strong. You know, I do think PD had a good game, though. I really do. He had that goal, and he made some pretty impressive stops in the defensive end, including on the empty net. Hey, Harry. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight despite the loss. What are your thoughts on the Canucks' effort tonight? I thought it was okay. They tried hard. They worked hard. But they're playing against a very skilled team. Would you replace Stillman for Rathbone? Yes, Rathbone or Burrows I would put in. Why do you think Bruce didn't play the 4th line more with the lead after his 4-2? They provide energy and tight checking and are more capable of eating up time than... Yes, that's a great point, Justin. I'm just looking at ice time now for that 4th line. Joshua only had 10. Podkolzin, Aman at 11.5. And then Lazar had 10. Yep, I'd love to see them play more because they don't get scored on. Rarely. I think Rutherford is fed up just when the camera zoomed. Yeah, it wasn't the best timing. Canucks go to Vegas on Saturday. Hopefully that'll be exciting to watch. As a Knights fan, my heart... Yes, Nicholas, I'm sure you loved the game tonight. That was an entertaining game. Will Bruce make it to Christmas as the Canucks coach? My guess is yes. Yes, I would start Martin against Colorado. Do I think the Avs will be a tougher opponent than Vegas? It's so hard to tell, Vax. It really depends. It can vary from game to game. I don't think they'll be any easier, but if you go by standings and by record, technically Vegas is the better team right now by 8 points. So that would say that the Avs won't be tougher. Do I think Bruce will be fired tomorrow? I don't, Duncan. I don't think so. I think that they'll make a trade before they fire the coach. Yeah, Justin, he thought that, I know, firepower with firepower. Yeah, I would have loved him to see him adjust it through the game, for sure. I agree with you. Shannon Lazar, we're good tonight. Isn't it funny that two guys signed for big contracts are leaving the team at -11? -11 JT Miller and Brock Bester. Yeah, that's not great. Still trying to hip check everyone. Yeah, was he the one that went into the boards on the blue line and just missed a guy? Yeah, the camera lens was interesting. I actually, Fangirl, I'm not sure if you heard me recap the goals. I talked about it, or if you're asking me if I physically saw it. Yeah, we saw it on the ice rolling around by the blue line, and that's when Gail asked me if that was a second puck. No problem, Eli. I thought maybe you were just making sure that I saw it. If Rathbone can't get in, they should send him in hours to go Abby and play top pair minutes. Him sitting in, game out game in and game out isn't helping the development, even your practices with the team. Yes, and I think you have to look at when Abbotsford is at home versus away and the logistics, making sure it makes sense. But I agree. If he's not getting in the lineup for weeks on end, it's kind of a waste. Yeah, Shannon, that's my prediction, though. I don't have any more inside info than anyone else. Harry, I thought Kuzmenko was noticeable tonight. He had 2 points, and he was +1 in 18 minutes, 4 shots. I thought he was good. Shen needs a new contract. Yes, his contract expires at the end of this year. And what a deal we're getting on Shen. I'm just looking it up. Yeah, he's in the final year, $850,000. Amazing. I see Toronto making a desperate trade with Vancouver. Now they lost Manny D and now Morgan. I heard that they lost Riley today, which is crazy. DJ says the players that were benched tonight should have been on the ice. White Cloud failed 8 times to flip a puck to fan. I did not know that, Eli. that's the kind of insight we get from Canuck Clay subscribers. That's awesome. Hopefully the Canucks make a trade soon, as it'll give us an answer on what this team is doing. That's fair. That's fair. Favorite food and ride. Okay, that was very random, but my favorite food, we eat at the Plaza Inn. Just get the chicken and the pasta. I love those strawberry fruit bars. And then a favorite ride, I do like Incredicoaster, whatever the roller coaster is on the California side. But I heard that this Rise or Fall or whatever it's called is supposed to be really good, but I'll ride it in December. That was the worst explanation ever. Japan 4, I don't disagree that you run the risk of having a wasted year development for Rathbone. They're trying to move Myers. I'm sure Rathbone will take his place. Yes, but remember, Myers is a right shot D and Rathbone is a left shot D. Hey, Clay, I saw you in the intermission and said hello. So that's your name. Very good. Yes, I do remember meeting you today. Thank you for saying hello. I really appreciate it. That was very nice of you. That was the second intermission. You're the tall guy, right? Kalan, you're very tall. Because I think I was with my wife talking to Channing, who is my ticket rep, if I have it right. Yeah, because first intermission, I didn't get out of my seat. Who is the best Canucks reporter, do you think? I like many of them. I like Jeff Patterson's consistency. I like Thomas Strance's his analytical mind. I don't think Drance is the best speaker. Listening to him on the radio tends to repeat himself, and every sentence he uses right. So Besser had a rough game tonight, right? And the Canucks need to do this, right? And it's just a word whisker. I have many of them as well, but so I don't think Drance is the best speaker, but I certainly think he's a great reporter. And if you can get past, some people think he's too negative, but I think he's brilliant, and I think he's really good at what he does. And he's not trying to replace Botch at all, Jason Botchford, but I do think both Thomas Drance and Jeff Patterson give a really, really great level of consistency and, for the most part, fairness in the reporting. So I like both of them for sure. Riley says, Clay, I'm happy you got the billboard. Thank you, Riley. I appreciate it. Justin, would you rather have Dickinson being Canucks Dickinson than have Stillman and the slight cap savings? I would, because at least Burrows and Rathbone will get playing time. Great point. And if Dickinson, even if he was not Canucks Dickinson, even if Blackhawks Dickinson, I'd take that, considering how hot he started the season. And that's a great point. Then you have Rathbone and Burrows playing. Do you have season tickets? Yes, we have a pair in 319 and 4 seats down in 115. Elias says, I'm going to buy a Pepsi tomorrow just for Clay. You do it, Elias. Ricky watched the game on the Vegas feed. They kept bragging about the Canucks. I'll have only one regulation win against Vegas. Well, it's kind of annoying, but it's true. Clay, you should shush people at the games when they premature chant, Bruce, there it is. Smack him. You have to. Yeah, I don't think I'm fast enough to get around to everyone, though. Yes, you were the tall guy. It was great to say. I'm glad you said hi. Thank you. Myers, in theory, is easier to trade because he makes less. He's a right shot D, and his contract is only for 2 more years, as opposed to Ekman Larsson, which is 5 more years. 4 more years, I should say. Let's say that again. After the season, Ekman Larsson still has 4 more years. Myers is only 1 more year. Yeah, Japan 4, I like Trance a lot. Actually, you know, and Dollywall, I'll say the 3 of them. Dollywall, I think, has got the best contacts. He doesn't brag about them, but he's got some really good contacts, agents, whatever it may be. So I like all 3 of them, and all 3 of them have been kind enough to be on my channel, which is pretty cool. Dollywall and Drance and Ryan Henderson's laugh. He does have a good laugh. Dan Murphy is good as well. Drinking Pepsi just like Clay on the billboard. Very good, Shannon. Thank you for your support. Channing was my ticket rep a few years ago. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I hope she treated you well, Ricky. She treats us awesome. We're very blessed to have her, and she gets me some pretty cool opportunities. I'm sure Myers vetoed the trade to the Sens. Why would Zaitsev want to stay in the minors? Yeah, although isn't the rumor that Zaitsev was the one who vetoed it? Yes, that's what I heard too, Justin. McDonald's only does have Coke. And a funny story, before I took the picture at the game with the billboard, we came out of a Japanese restaurant that only sold Coke, so I was actually carrying a Coke can, but obviously that would be conflicting messaging if I was sitting there in front of my Pepsi billboard drinking a Coke. No problem, DJ Bick. So today, I have 2 seats in 319. I have 4 seats in 115. Tonight, we were in 319. So we will plan that better for next time for sure. Dollywall and Friedman are my go-to for info. Honestly, Murphy is also good. Yeah, we are very blessed with some very good reporters here for sure. Any plans to go to road game like a San Jose and Phoenix game? I think those seats are cheap and plane tickets are not too expensive either. Duncan, in fact, I've been talking to Jason of Van City Experts about doing a mini road trip, whether that's to Florida or whether that's to California, even down to Seattle. So yes, I do want to see a road game. I just haven't decided when yet. Pepsi sauce about to go up tomorrow morning. We shall see, but don't spend any money, Eli, on it for sure. Don't want Zaitsev so good he wants to stay in the Sens. Tonight they mentioned that Myers turned down the trade to Ottawa. Okay, I didn't know that. That's good to know, Bruce. Thank you for that as well. How does season tickets work? Do you get to go to every home game? So Vax, basically picture this. We pay for a pair. So me and my buddy Mike own the ones in 319. And then we do whatever we want. We can go to all 41 home games. We could sell all 41 home games. We could sell privately. I could say to you, give me $150, and then I transfer them to you. I could put them up on like StubHub or whatever. I can go to half the games. I can go to some of the games. So basically, I usually go for the 319. I go to about a quarter of the games. Mike goes to about 5 or 6, and then we sell or give away the rest. So I'd say the better way to think about it is you get first dibs on all the home games. They say Zaitsev because he's in the minors, but can't throw Myers under the bus and upset Sens fans. He doesn't want to play there. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, friends, I'll go for about 5 more minutes, so continue to get your questions in. I like Shorthouse and Garrett too. I like Shorthouse's play-by-play. He does a really awesome job every game, and same goes for John Garrett. Yes, Jamie, I agree. We are blessed to have Shorty and Garrett in this market for sure. Am I looking forward to back-to-back days of the Game Over Vancouver stream? I am. Because I was driving today, I didn't get to see any of Kaya's stream. I'll watch it before I go to bed. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Parker streamed tonight, but I will usually check them out. Even if I don't watch the whole thing, I'll watch some of each of their streams before I go to bed tonight. I know Kaya obviously did hers. And if you were in Kaya's, by the way, how big was the crowd tonight? I hope it was good, because usually win or lose, if it's an entertaining game, hopefully they did well. But I'll check out the numbers in a second. Would Dermott be in the top 4 when he returns? I'm not sure about a conditioning stint, but I don't think he's a top 4, but I think he's a top 6 for sure. I don't see him bumping out OEL or Hughes because he's a left shot guy. I know he can play on the right, but you don't bump out Shen, and I doubt you're bumping out Ethan Bear either, at least not yet. No problem, Eli. Thanks for being here tonight. Favorite restaurant in Richmond? Duncan, I go to Matsuyama quite a bit, so let's go with Matsuyama. John Squared is the best. I agree, Taylor. Shen is definitely the most underrated D-man on our team, just as valuable as Hughes at the moment. Yeah, not from a points perspective, but from a standing up for teammates and popping in some offense once in a while. I agree. What's your prediction for the next 5 Canucks games? I think that they might not win in Colorado or Vegas, but I think they can beat San Jose and Washington when they come home, and Florida actually at home, because I can't see them stinking out the place on Hall of Fame night. And I think they can beat Arizona and Montreal. So I'm not saying they're going to do this, but the Canucks could win 5 of their next 7. And then they got San Jose actually after. The Canucks could win 6 of the next 8. They could, but that would mean they have to lose the next 2, and then they would fall to 6, 12, and 3, which is basically the same as almost 8, 13, and 8, 15, and 2. Well, not yet, I guess. So we'll see. They could win 6 of the next 8. I'm not saying they're going to. Could we trade Ferland maybe? No, I don't think anyone wants that contract. There are not a lot of teams that have that type of cap space. Jay is annoyed at the many missed calls. Yeah, but they're, 1 power play each. Yeah, Canucks Avs games are very entertaining for sure. For sure. Sharks beat the Golden Knights last week and beat the Sens. Canucks can't beat the Sharks. We should have a little mini bet on that, Fillmore, but we'll worry about that as we get closer to the weekend for sure. Friends, I think I'm going to wrap up there. That was, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, I'll answer this last one. Did I get any angry text tonight from Jason Lim? I don't want to out him, but no, I actually didn't, only after the game. So I think he was busy tonight. He didn't go to the game tonight. So I'll be honest with you, he did not send me any angry text, but we did have a brief exchange after tonight's game. Friends, I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you so much. Thank you for so many things. Thank you for your support on the billboard. I'm very excited about it. Thank you for waiting for me tonight, half an hour later than usual. I appreciate you. And thank you for the generous donations. Lucas, Justin, and Carol, I think, were the ones who donated tonight. I really appreciate all of you. So, really fun night at the arena. I wish we won, but it was a very entertaining game. Fun night on the stream. Thank you. Tomorrow, Parker and I will do Canucks After Dark at 10 p.m. because we couldn't do it tonight because I was at the game. So we'll do Canucks After Dark at 10, and then I'll do my own stream just after 11 tomorrow. And then my next Game Over ones are Saturday and Sunday. So looking forward to that as well. Once again, thank you to the moderators. Didn't seem too busy tonight, which is a good thing. Thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. Thanks to everyone who donated, especially Lucas, Justin, and Carol. Those are the ones I can remember off the top of my head. And if anyone became a subscriber tonight, I appreciate you as well. Thanks to my sponsors, Vancity Experts Real Estate, and to Perform and Transform Personal Training Weight Loss. And on your way out, as always, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, leave a donation if you'd like to, become a member, upgrade your membership if you'd like to, and continue to leave comments as we go. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So once again, thanks everyone. Thanks for being here. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I don't know if you heard that the police have arrested the world tongue twister champion. Yeah, they arrested him. They said he'll be given a very tough sentence. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.